Hi there. Back to this proper breathing technique. You know, singing is a mechanical practice, but it's also artistic. However, proper breathing will allow you to become more artistic because you'll have the freedom to sing and to not be constrained by fears or worries of, am I going to get a tight neck again? Is my throat going to get sore? Am I stiff in my shoulders? You know, these things actually happen. Folks complain of stiffness and soreness in shoulders or just a weariness after singing, even for a very short time. You can stand in your home, your shower, sit in your car and sing and feel great about things. And then once you get on stage and start to sing, it just starts to be different. So singing is a mechanical technique, and it takes proper technique, and it takes a lot of practice. Breathing and proper breathing isn't going to just come around because you watch a couple of videos of mine. It is going to come around because you practice and you do this over and over and over again. Now, you've been breathing all of your life, and as a singer, the way we are to breathe is the most natural thing that we should be doing as a singer. However, it becomes something that is unnatural because we try and create a situation that our body just doesn't want to create. It's like, get a big breath. Okay, that's not right. Sing that phrase longer, and you're not sure how to do it. So these next steps are really just geared to help us, you, understand what this practice is all about. I call it the wash, dry, repeat. You have to do these things over and over and over again. And then when you think you've accomplished them well, do them again. So remember, the last time we talked just simply about laying down on the floor, on your bed, wherever it may be, put a book on your stomach and take a breath, and you'll see what that natural motion is like for your stomach. So if you remember, when we take the breath, the stomach expands, just like this. And when I push air out, the chest expands. I want to talk to you about what the body is really doing, because your job here is to get your body to listen to what your brain is telling it to do. So in other words, when I say to my body, I've got to take a breath, I know that immediately I'm taking a breath this way, and this is expanding. And I'm going to push that breath back out, and this happens. Now I'm going to stand on the stage and push it out, but I'm going to train my body to do these things when I call upon it to do them. So as that air is taken in and this region of the body expands, I then need to work at pushing that back up. When we talk about proper air intake and proper breathing techniques, a timely and proper expulsion, we are talking about diaphragm and costal muscles working in concert together. So you have two areas of your body that are called costal muscles. These muscles sit like this and like this, an approximate location at the bottom of the rib cage and then a couple inches below the belly button. So there you've got lower, here you've got upper. As I take a deep breath, so they're sitting like this, kind of like this. As I take a deep breath, go back to that slide and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. As I take a deep breath, these collapse and it kind of flattens out a little bit more like a pancake. That's as that stomach expands. Those go down. And the reason is because the lungs are filled with air and it's pushing down on this top muscle, this costal muscle. Now I've got this expansion in my stomach and my gut, and it's more of a tension. I mean, I want you to make a big spectacle of yourself on the platform, looking like you're just trying to be more fat than you want to be. But as that expands and those costal muscles collapse, and then as I push up on that bottom costal muscle, it pushes up on that top costal muscle, and that pushes up on the lungs, and the air expels out. The job I have as a singer is to learn how to do this so that it's natural, so that I don't have to be pushing on my stomach all the time, and so that I can control it, so that I can control my breath. Have you heard that phrase? Control your airflow here, control your breath. This is how you get a longer duration of sound, so that I'm not running out of air immediately after I've pushed and sung that note, because I've tried to sing it really loud or something and I pushed all my air out. I'm using this region to control what is happening with the expulsion of my air. You take air in. The lower regions of your lungs fill up, and you can see that kind of dropping down, and that expands and puts pressure on the costal muscles. You avoid raising your shoulders when you sing as you breathe in. Keep those relaxed and level. And then phonation occurs as those muscles expand, those costal muscles, and you see it there pushing back up on the lungs, putting pressure on the lungs, and that is when air is expelled. So when I talked about the shoulders, I take that breath. If I take it the wrong way, watch my shoulders. Things move. I take it the right way, watch my shoulders. All right, we're going to work hard on this stuff. Just go to work on it. Practice on it a little bit. Put your hands on your shoulders. Stare in that mirror. Watch yourself breathe. Look at your stomach, your gut. Think about it when you're driving the car, when you're standing in the kitchen, standing in the shower, laying in your bed. Put your hands on your stomach, take a breath, and feel that region of the body expand. Okay, we're getting there. There's a long ways to go. Proper breathing takes a lifetime, but it does make you a better singer.